That's one of the first things that people ask me is, why did you start this project? And really it goes back to, I wanted to be able to do something with the talent that God has given me as a photographer to glorify Him first and do something for other people. And this project was really motivated, I think, first by my deep interest in World War II history and hearing from veterans firsthand, hearing their stories. And I'm acquainted with a photographer, wonderful photographer in England by the name of Glenn Dewis, who was doing a 1940s project, that developed into him photographing World War II veterans from England. And I loved the way he was doing it and going about that, really appreciated it, and I thought that I could do something similar if I could just find some veterans. And the first one just kind of dropped into my lap. I had to work a little bit to find him and get him scheduled, but after that, I couldn't see myself not doing this long term, or as long as I could. What do people gain from seeing these portraits? I hope that they'll look at these not in just a passing manner, but really look into the eyes of these men and women. Look at the age on their faces and in their hands. Often they're holding a photo of them taken during the World War II, and compare those and see the life that they've lived, not just in World War II, but since then. I hope that the portraits tell a story enough to make people want to learn more, not just about them, but about all of those who served. I think the greatest reward I get from this is just the stories that they tell me. You know, whether I have time to interview them or not, you know, we at least are sitting down and we're talking while we're making photographs, and they tell me some of the most amazing stories that I've ever heard. Here I am, I'm sitting right in front of them and spending this quality time with them, and they're just a regular guy, upper 90s or over 100 years old, and they're telling me these stories about when they were 18 to 22 years old, and I just can't believe somebody went through that. Why do I do it? It's for guys like Carl Cooper and Earl Lewis, Earl Miller, Joe Johnson. So many of these guys sacrificed so much, saw guys right next to them killed, and they were spared. I know why they say they're not the heroes. It's the ones who didn't make it back, because they saw this guy 4 feet away from them hit by a mortar shell or shot right through the head, and they couldn't stop doing what they had to do. They kept going. There aren't many left. Over 16 million served in World War II, and now there are probably a little over 200,000 still living. You know, that sounds like a lot, but you know, there's 240 passing away every day. Of the 270 something veterans I've photographed so far, at least 55 have passed away, and that's just under 3 years. And it's not easy to take, you know, to absorb. You know, these are people that I've met and I've spent time with, and I've heard their stories and their life stories, and met their families, and I see them sometimes at their funerals, and there's my portrait on an easel in front of the casket. It makes me feel honored to be able to do that for them and their family, to give that gift, because I was given a gift to do something about it. The hardest part about this for me is not getting to those that I've been trying to reach. I'll get emails and leads from people, you know, family members tell me, hey, I want my father or my grandfather to be included in this project of yours. And I have to wait until I have funds to travel to get to them. You know, these people might be out west in California or Oregon or up in Ohio or Michigan or wherever. And it takes money for me to be able to get to them. And then when I'm able to travel, I'll try to schedule something in this. They tell me that, you know, that he passed away, you know, last month or a couple of months ago. And I wasn't able to get to them.